You are listening to Naked Soul Reflections, Mindful Moments for Clothes-Free Living, with your host, Hantune Hart.
Greetings, everyone. Hantone Hart here, and welcome to another episode of Naked Soul Reflection. For this podcast episode, I want to invite a reflection on surrendering to what is and seeing the divine in what is. As part of the reflection, I will offer 3 pieces written by Hafiz, who is known as the great Sufi master. And I'll place a link to the collection of poetry in the write-up for this episode. I don't know about you, but I often find myself resisting what is. Whether it's on the yoga mat and the yoga teacher's like, let's work on this today. Hey, why don't you try sitting deeper in chair pose? Or you can do this, go deeper, go farther. Or if it's something at work that my boss is asking me to take on, but I don't wanna. Or if things just didn't go my way. All of those scenarios, by the way, are very real from this past week and weekend. Very real, very true. And I just had so much resistance to it. Like, why? Why are you yelling at me to do this stuff on my mat when they weren't really yelling? Why does my boss insist on me taking on this additional responsibility that I really don't want? And why didn't things go my way? And I'll use the latter of all of those scenarios to paint a picture. So this Saturday, I totally had exciting plans to take a capoeira class for the first time because Friday where I work, there was this group that came in and they were outdoors doing this great demonstration and teaching people basic capoeira moves. And I went out there and joined them, and it was so much fun. So I thought, gosh, I would love to add this to things that I do on the weekend or every now and again or however often my budget allows. But I wanted to do it. So I look at the schedule, I sign up online, and then I pay all the money it takes to get there, only to find out they decided not to hold any of the classes that Saturday. I was like, what? What? I couldn't believe it. Why didn't they shut down the online sign-up before I paid my money, before canceling? So I paid all this money to take the class and then paid all this money to get there since I don't have a car and had to arrange all of these things. And it was like, what was that about? So then I thought, okay, maybe what I'll do is I'll just go to this museum exhibit that I came across. Interesting artist, a lady that does a lot of woodwork and sculpture, and it just looked fascinating. And I really wanted to see it because there were some nude forms, but they were fascinating because there's a nude body, but with branches coming out of it, like tree branches. And I thought, okay, obviously I need to go see this exhibit. Guess what, people? Nope. The museum was specifically closed that day. For no reason, no holiday, no national whatever. It was just closed. So then I thought, okay, fine. I'll go a different day. Maybe what I'll do is I'll try out this new yoga place nearby that I've never been to, but it's everywhere. I don't know if people have heard of Core Power, but I've not been there yet. So I thought, okay, maybe I'll go try that out finally. And I had that morning seen that they had a mid-afternoon class, and I thought this would be perfect. I'll just go then. Guess what, folks? Nope. By the time I got back home to prepare to take the class, they had, between the morning and that moment, sometime during those hours, they decided that they were going to cancel that class. I thought, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Like how? Literally all three things that I was going to do to get out of the apartment, not be alone, to be out and about in the city, all of them canceled. What? I was not happy. I was like, this is, insert your swear word here, this is crap. This is crazy. This is bollocks. No. And how often do you feel that way? Like, something happens, you're like, this is crap. Like, the person who ran into my car because they just couldn't wait for their turn with the light, this is crap. They ran into me and totally didn't exchange insurance information and just ran off into the distance. Like, this is crap. Someone at work acting up or setting you up to take the blame for something. Whether it's family, friends, loved ones, whoever, stuff that just doesn't go right. And I'm like, this is crap. I'm not taking this. Like, I want to do what I want to do, and I want things to go my way. And I was just resistant. I want to do my own thing. I want to make my own life. Like, why isn't anything going my way right now? And I was resistant to what is. And I tell you guys, Saturday, I'm not going to lie to you, okay? I was so frustrated that all of my attempts to get out and do these different things had all failed. That I ate my feelings. Like, I was just, I was like, I don't have anything else to do except eat. And, that happened. And, I mean, these poems from Hafiz, they kind of speak to how the divine is in everything. And even the Bhagavad Gita speaks to that when Lord Krishna is explaining that the divine is in everything and beyond. And I think, okay, that's good news or whatever, but I mean, seriously. So here's the first poem from Hafiz. A Root in Each Act and Creature by Hafiz. The sun's eyes are painting fields again. Its lashes with expert strokes are sweeping across the land. A great palette of light has embraced this earth. Hafiz, if just a little clay and water mixed in his bowl can yield such exquisite scents, sights, music, and whirling forms, what unspeakable wonders must await with the commencement of unfolding of the infinite number of petals that are the soul? What excitement will renew your body when we all begin to see that his heart resides in everything. God has a root in each act and creature that he draws his mysterious divine life from. His eyes are painting fields again. The beloved, with his own hands, is tending, raising like a precious child, himself in you. So as I read that poem several times over, I couldn't help just stepping back to see how maybe I don't even know why all these things happened, but the divine is in everything. So, no, I didn't get to go to that class, that capoeira class. But then this lady pulled me off the street the minute I got to the door of the place to read the notice. And she was like, come to this event. Literally like 3 or 4 doors down from where the dance class was. A free event with lots of free food. And champagne, I think. I definitely had some of that. I was like, doggone it. If I'm not going to get to go to capoeira, I'm having champagne. I'm doing it. And it was a couple that has been making hair care products and skincare products, and was just trying to market their things. And I got a great gift bag from that event. So good food, even while I was in my exercise clothes and everyone else was looking fancy. And a gift bag with like $75 or $100 worth of stuff in there. I mean, not every day that we get free things, right? And then I'm on the metro, the train back home, and there are people who needed directions, and so I was able to help them with that. And it's like, no, I don't really want to acknowledge the fact that the divine is in everything, because stuff didn't go my way. But turns out I actually got some good things from the day. And even with eating my feelings, okay, how often do we all have our thing, right? Whether it's drinking or some habit, where it's like we do this when we don't feel great. Food, go out or do whatever it is you do. We all have something. But even that, if we take a minute to step back and observe what is, it's a good moment that just provides us with information like, okay, so this is how I respond when things don't go my way and I'm forced to be with myself. No distractions, no noise, no company. I just have to be with myself. How do I feel about that? Oh, I eat my feelings. And, it's sometimes we can really be so resistant to things when they don't go our way or they're not ideal. I mean, I do it all the time. But sometimes life is actually trying to shake us up a little bit. And that's what this next poem is about. How the divine, how love sometimes wants to get aggressive with us and really turn our world upside down so that we can step outside of ourselves and grow beyond. Tired of Speaking Sweetly by Hafiz. Love wants to reach out and manhandle us, break all our teacup talk of God. If you had the courage and could give the beloved his choice, some nights he would just drag you around the room by your hair, ripping from your grip all the toys in the world that bring you no joy. Love sometimes gets tired of speaking sweetly and wants to rip to shreds all your erroneous notions of truth that make you fight within yourself, dear one, and with others, causing the world to weep on too many fine days. God wants to manhandle us, lock us inside of a tiny room with himself, and practice his drop kick. The beloved sometimes wants to do us a great favor, hold us upside down and shake all the nonsense out. But when we hear he is in such a playful, drunken mood, most everyone I know quickly packs their bags and hightails it out of town. And so, looking at that poem, sometimes love and life and the divine inserts things into our world. And, sometimes, I know for myself, sometimes I do go running in the opposite direction. Like, nope, I don't want to play today. don't want the divine intervention. I just want what I want, and I want to do it my way. But those are also opportunities for amazing shift and transformation. And what a gift it can be to allow ourselves to just see and acknowledge the divine in everything. I mean, this even goes to acknowledging the divine within ourselves, no matter what state we're in or how we're feeling. Because I tell you what, when I eat my feelings, I don't feel very divine. I feel like a disgusting person. And I don't like myself very much. Or when my body isn't in tip-top shape, I judge it. And can we see the divine when we're injured inside and or outside? Can we just see the divine in ourselves even when we're not at our best? Even in situations when things don't go our way, even in other people. When you just want to punch them in the nose. And I know I am not the only one who feels that way sometimes. There are these precious moments that can really bring us something beautiful if we surrender to it. And I thank Abigail for her tweets, Abigail of Bearman Project, because it reminded me, am I resisting or am I surrendering to what is? And so with this last poem from Hafiz called Lousy at Math, I want you to think about, the same way that I'm reflecting, am I chopping up the divine? Am I getting nitpicky in life and saying, no, the divine is in this beautiful thing, but not that? Or I'm divine on certain days, but when I do, when I fall into my old habits, no, I'm a horrible person. And I want to invite, if you have had clothes-free experiences, particularly in nature, and even if you haven't, just remember a time when you were in nature. But probably for me, the most potent experience of it was when I was clothes-free camping and in nature, just completely naked. It's hard for me to not see the divine in everything when I'm completely naked in nature and I'm one with nature. I even see the divine in bugs, and folks, I am not a bugs kind of person. Like, don't put fake bugs up on my door for Halloween. Don't play a prank on me. I will not be happy, okay? Not a bug kind of person. But somehow all of that shifts when I go camping clothes free. It's just different. And I see the divine in leaves. I see the divine in the grass that comes up between my toes when I walk around barefoot outside. I hear the divine in the night bugs when I'm trying to fall asleep out there. Can you recall a moment like that where you were outside in nature and remembering how beautiful it was? Maybe it was a sunset or sunrise, or maybe the air was particularly wonderful that day as you breathed it in. So take a listen to this last poem and see if there's a way that you can step away from trying to divide and determine what is or is not divine, and just see the divine in everything. And that way the priceless remains. Lousy at Math by Hafiz. Once a group of thieves stole a rare diamond larger than a goose egg. Its value could have easily bought 1,000 horses and 2,000 acres of the most fertile land in Shiraz. The thieves got drunk that night to celebrate their great haul. But during the course of the evening, the effects of the liquor and their mistrust of each other grew to such an extent they decided to divide the stone in two pieces. Of course, then the priceless became lost. Most everyone is lousy at math and does that to God. Dissects the indivisible one by thinking, saying, "This is my beloved. He looks like this and acts like that. How could that moron over there really be God?" And with that, as you go into your week, keep your eyes open for one situation, one thing that doesn't go your way. Maybe it breaks your heart or makes you mad. Maybe it hurts. Maybe it's weird. Maybe it's nothing and you thought it would be something, but it's actually surprisingly flat or neutral. Think of one thing that happens this week, and I'm going to do this with you, as I always do. Can you step back and just see that situation or that moment for what it is, and that it too is divine? My heart is with you, as always, and I hope you have a beautiful week. Namaste, friends.